Look into my eyes. When you see me on a show, when you see these fans, you know you've got the best in the damn world.
This is the Wrestling Matters podcast where we stand up for professional wrestling.
Here we fucking go!
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up! Yes! 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 Yes!
That's 13-14!
Naked till death!
Dina, I am the best in the world.
Cause that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a very special Survivor Series prediction podcast. That's right, Survivor Series 2016. My name is Anthony Walker on behalf of the Wrestling Matters channel and the Wrestling Matters podcast as well. Hope you guys are well, whatever it is you are doing. And yeah, as I'm recording this right now, it is Thursday, the 17th of November. And yeah, it's coming, guys. November 20th. Midnight it starts. The whole thing starts at midnight because it's a 4-hour show. How they're going to fit 4 hours of content or programming or pay-per-view with the matches that are going to be on. Hopefully they'll add some bonus matches as well, because I don't think that with the matches they've got, headline matches and the matches that are advertised to be on the show, I don't think they'll be able to fit that in 4 hours. Although it's saying that there is a match on there that might last long than they want it to, which is the tag team Elimination Survivor Series match, but we'll get to that in a second. Anywho, we'll start off with The Miz and the Intercontinental Championship match, which was scheduled to be Dolph Ziggler, but as of this past Tuesday, yeah, Miz won his belt back, thanks to a little help from the Spirit Squad and whoever else was involved in the match. Spirit Squad, and or as I like to call him, the Shit Squad. Miz is the Intercontinental Champion again. What a joy. But he will defend it this Sunday against Sami Zayn from Monday Night Raw. Now, I'm just going based on what I've got, okay? All sense says that The Miz will retain, because he's only just won it. But from what I've got on dirt sheets and everything else I read nowadays, it seems that people are going with Sami Zayn, because it seems that the Intercontinental Championship is going to Raw to be traded for another belt. On SmackDown, Intercontinental Championship goes to Raw, the other belt comes to SmackDown, and I'll get to that next, actually, once I've done this little prediction, because it's actually the Cruiserweight title. Now, do I see this happening? I mean, I don't care who wins the match. My prediction probably is Sami Zayn, but I wouldn't be surprised if The Miz retains, because I'm not really that big of a fan of The Miz, although he has come to his all. He has proven that he's not a ball bag, if you will, anymore. He has proven that. I'd rather not have him hanging around by two cheerleaders, but that's another issue for another day. It seems, though, that the Cruiserweight title, like I say, has come to SmackDown, but if Sami Zayn wins this and goes to Raw with the Intercontinental Championship, it's going to be a little bit weird, though. Because if they're trading the Intercontinental Championship for the Cruiserweight title and bringing the Cruiserweight title to SmackDown, because it sucks on Raw, we've all known that. It's sucked on Raw, and it's got to the point where no one gives a rat's ass about it. So what else are they going to do? Oh, let's try it on SmackDown for a brief time, see if that works. And if that doesn't work on SmackDown, then in terms of the Cruiserweight division, they're royally fucked. But yeah, I don't mind the Cruiserweight division coming to SmackDown. And by the way, my prediction for that is Kalisto. I'll get to that in a second. But all that coming to SmackDown, it's just going to be weird, because I believe when you're building this out, these brands out, I believe you've got the WWE title, and in Raw's case, you've got the Universal title. Those are the main prizes on that brand. Those are the main belts on there. And on SmackDown, you've got the Intercontinental Championship, and Raw, you have the US title. That's what it should be like. If you're going to bring the Intercontinental Championship to Raw, why don't you trade it for the US title instead? Trade it for the US title instead and have a US title match. Cruiserweight division is its own. You could still have the Cruiserweight match, but trading the Intercontinental Championship for the Cruiserweight title, to me, doesn't make any one iota of sense, because then you've got two of the major titles, two of the secondary titles on the same fucking show, and it makes no sense whatsoever. I just added more BS to a 3-hour program that is falling apart at the moment, from what I'm reading and everything, or what I've been told. It's just like, no. 3 hours is too much too soon, but two of the secondary titles on the same show. No, it makes no sense. So I'm going with Sami Zayn on that one, just because I don't like The Miz, and I don't like his two cronies as well. But the whole thing, I really hope they don't do it, but it seems that way they're going to be. Now to the Cruiserweight division, the Cruiserweight match, which is Kalisto and Brian Kendrick. And like I say, feeding off what I basically just said there, guys. Feeding off what I basically just said, it's going to be Kalisto winning the Cruiserweight title and having the Cruiserweight Championship on SmackDown. Because, as we well know, ladies and gentlemen, like I've quickly said, Cruiserweight title has sucked on Raw, quite frankly. It has. It's royally been flat, quite frankly. Let's just go with that. I mean, I thought they've had some good matches on Raw, but it seems that in terms of reaction, no one gives a flop. You know, no one gives a rat's ass about it, which is a shame, quite frankly. But other than that, I think this will steal the show. Well, one of them will steal the show, and it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's a perfect fit for Kalisto. There's no question about that. It's a perfect fit for Kalisto. He's a cruiserweight as well, so yeah. Hopefully, the Cruiserweight title can be better on SmackDown, if it goes to SmackDown, of course. Do I see... I mean, if this doesn't work on SmackDown, the Cruiserweight title being on SmackDown, then, you know, all the work, the CWC and everything has just been basically flushed down the toilet. Because obviously they used the CWC to build the Cruiserweight division back up, and the CWC was a hit. But all the hard work would be falling down the fucking pipeline. You know, it's no question about that. If the Cruiserweight division doesn't work on SmackDown, it has to work on SmackDown. If it doesn't, then the Cruiserweight division may as well just die. Because if it doesn't work on Raw, and it doesn't work on SmackDown, where else are you going to put it on NXT? Which wouldn't be a bad idea, actually, to be honest. But, yeah, it's just... All in all, I really hope the Cruiserweight division works on SmackDown. And my prediction on that one is Kalisto. Now, let's get to the big boys. Let's get to the traditional Survivor Series matches. Now, I've got the quick hits up here. I'll have to pop down a little bit just so I know who's in the match. Let's start with the women's division. You've got Team Raw, which consists of Alicia Fox, of all people. 3 members of the 4 Horsewomen, Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. And the monster, there is Nia Jax as well. And they will go up against Carmella, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Team Captain Nikki Bella, and the gorgeous Becky Lynch, who's the women's champion. To be honest with you, it's her who should be the team captain, not freaking Nikki Bella, in my opinion. I mean, how can you... I mean, look... I mean, think about what you're seeing here. Go to WWE.com for the rundown. You've got Nikki Bella in front of the women's champion. It's so out of place. I mean, on Raw side, you've got the women's champion front and centre. On SmackDown, Becky Lynch is a fucking afterthought. And let's face it, probably the only reason Nikki Bella's in that position anyways, because of her Superman. And I'm not talking Eminem, I'm talking John Cena, but that's another issue for another day. A little Eminem joke, he had a hit with Superman. But anyway, yeah, it's a shame to see this picture. I mean, Becky Lynch, who was the women's champion for crying out loud, is an afterthought, basically. No, doesn't look good. This will be chaos, because you've got Nikki Bella, who hates Carmella, and they hate each other, and they've been feuding. You've got Alexa Bliss, who wants a piece of Becky and wants her women's title. And then you've got the odd one out, which is Naomi, who probably hates Coach Natalya. Good luck to Natalya for keeping these girls into check, by the way. And then on the Raw side of things, you've got Nia Jax and Alicia Fox, who can't get along, and they've had their differences. And you've got 3 members of the 4 Horsewomen, which is Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley. Charlotte, Sasha, and Bayley, who are heading for a triple threat, possibly one-on-one match, and we're both going to be competing for Raw's women's title very soon. You know, there's going to be a feud around there. Apparently, it's going to be Charlotte versus Bayley, and then somewhere Sasha will fit into that, and you know, it'll end up being a triple threat match down the road or some shit like that. You know, so you can't see that fitting in there. My prediction for this, I think I'm going to have to go with Team SmackDown. Only just, though, because like I say, Charlotte's ego will get the best of her, and I would probably think that'll cost Raw the victory in this match. That's just my opinion on that. Right, I'll get to the 5-on-5 main SmackDown versus Raw match in a second, but let's go to what has the potential to be a clusterfuck, the Tag Team Survivor Series Elimination match. Now, you've got Shining Stars, Primo and Epico, whatever you want to call them, against the team with the odd tag team, which is Cesaro and Sheamus. You've got Enzo and Cass. You've got Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and you've got the tag champs New Day. And they will go up against Breezango, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze. Hype Bros, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. You've got Usos, and you've got Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, American Alpha, along with the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Rhino and Heath Slater. And like I say, you've got the Tag Team Champions, who are the team captains. You've got the Tag Team Champions on Raw, who was also the team captain. It's a shame they can't do that with the fucking females. Raw's got the women's title champion as their captain. Same SmackDown can't fucking do it, but no. Nikki Bella has to get her own fucking way, doesn't she? Either that or John Cena. That makes no fucking sense to me. That's all I'm saying on that. Anyway, back to the tag teams. I think Raw could win this match. Now, it's going to be, I don't know. I think Gallows and Anderson may cost Raw the victory, to be honest with you. But I just see Raw maybe edging this prediction, because look on SmackDown, you've got Breezango, who are probably the odd one out of the team. You've got Rhino and Heath Slater, the tag champions. You've got Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder, who are their own thing and probably are eyeing the tag team champions before long. But the thing that could be the fact that the SmackDown losing is American Alpha and the Usos, because they can't stand one another and they've been feuding lately. So I think they might get on that. But then again, you've got on Team Raw, everybody on there who's eyeing the tag team champions. You've got Gallows and Anderson, who hates everybody on the damn team, who will be feuding with Enzo and Big Cass. You've got the odd couple who can't get along, Sheamus and Cesaro, but when they can, they are a good team, but they're always bickering at one another. And again, you've got the odd one out, the Shining Stars. So it's just basically come down to that. So I think on that note alone, Raw may just edge this based on the fact that American Alpha and the Usos cannot get along. I don't remember the last time this type of match was done, quite frankly. I think the last time this was done, I think it was about the first, second, maybe third Survivor Series, I'm talking late 80s here, guys, way back in the day. So I don't think this has been around that much, but it's going to be interesting. But my prediction overall, I think it will be just, and only just, Monday Night Raw winning this tag match. Now we go to the main piece of the pie in terms of the traditional Survivor Series tag team matches. We have got Team Raw, the 5 best, against Team SmackDown, the 5 best. Now, it was meant to be Baron Corbin, but he's obviously pulled out. So the rundown is, you've got Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, 2 members of the New Wyatt family, even though I think Bray's in a trap on that one. But anyway, you've got Shane McMahon, Commissioner, Fighting Commissioner, and you've got basically 2 guys who are going to be in the main event of TLC, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose. So yeah, that's basically it on that one. And on Raw's side, you've got Braun Strowman, you've got Chris Jericho, you've got Seth Rollins, and you've got the 2 guys who are going to be feuding after Survivor Series, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. So yeah, I think based on what I'm hearing and reading, SmackDown are poised to lose this match because they reckon the first feud that The Undertaker has, because now he's back, and it seems to be back full time, the first feud that he's going to be having is with the guy who loses for SmackDown. Apparently somebody's going to cost SmackDown the victory. Whoever that is will have to deal with The Undertaker, and he made that clear on the 900th episode. So that could happen. In terms of Raw, I don't know what could happen. I think all that falling apart will probably be based around Seth Rollins. It'll have something to do with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho, and Kevin Owens. And the dark horse in that one is definitely Braun Strowman. It's going to be interesting to see Bray Wyatt one-on-one with Braun Strowman as well. You know, he created the monster, and at Survivor Series, he plans on killing it. You know, what's this new Viper that we're going to see? Apparently, the old Viper is now dead. Bray's brought a new Viper out of Randy Orton. What kind? We'll just see, you know. It's going to be interesting. I'm predicting SmackDown to win this, but it's not going to be easy. Yeah, so I'm going for SmackDown, but, you know, I'm not going to be surprised if Raw wins, but if Raw wins, somebody's going to be facing The Undertaker on SmackDown. Now he's back. So be interested to see what happens. Anyway, so, I mean, that's going to be, to be honest, that should be the main event. That should be the main event. But we all know it's not going to be the main event. You know why? Yeah. Because the big match itself. Brock Goldberg 2. And for those of you that didn't see the first one, consider yourselves lucky. That's all I'm saying. Because the first one was a clusterfuck. It was at WrestleMania 20. And basically the reason why it was a clusterfuck, because, like I say, one was leaving the WWE because he didn't like the direction he was going. And the other one basically was heading for the NFL at the time. So, yeah. But now they're back. And it's going to be a fight on Sunday. The build-up's been great. I've enjoyed the build-up. hasn't been that much, but you don't want to give too much away. And yeah, I think it's going to be a fight on Sunday. Rumor has it Brock's going over. That's what I've heard. I'll believe it when I see it. But I think Goldberg should win. Obviously, don't do too much to slow Brock down or make Brock look stupid or anything like that. But Goldberg needs to go over. To be honest, I mean, this could be his one and only match, and you bring him back just to feed him to Brock Lesnar so he can beat him. That's like Sting losing to Triple H at WrestleMania. That's like AJ Styles losing to Chris Jericho. Not that that was probably that wasn't worse than Sting and Triple H, because Sting and Triple H was worse than that, let me tell you. But Goldberg needs to win this match. Okay, like I say, you don't have to do anything that's going to make Brock look less strong or less monsterish than he already is, but Goldberg needs to win. Okay, you don't bring somebody back, or you don't convince him after months and months and months to come back for this one more match, or supposed one more match, what we're being told. You don't convince him to come back and then have him on his first match back lose to Brock like this. Nah, that don't work. You've got to put him over. Even if you do something that sets up a rematch down the road. I'll be happy with that, you know. I'll be happy with that. Maybe a possible rematch at WrestleMania. But there's rumours flying around that might not happen, because there's rumours flying around that SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon will go up against Brock at WrestleMania. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But my prediction overall, Goldberg will win. I love how this has been built up as fantasy warfare. Newsflash, these already fought. So I predict Goldberg to win. Is it going to be a fight? Yes. Is it going to be better than WrestleMania 20? Is it going to erase the WrestleMania 20 madness out of our minds? I bloody hope so. But I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. Like I say, it's an action-packed weekend for me in terms of wrestling, because I've got this and I've got ICW as well. So that's me bloody sorted, let me tell you. And plus that as well, I'm working at the Butterground. So yeah. My weekend is definitely sorted, trust me on that. And I hope you've enjoyed this predictions, guys. Predictions podcast of Survivor Series. If you listen to this on SoundCloud, make sure you download it for free and all that, and like it and do all that good stuff and show your support and everything. Also, if you like watching this on YouTube, you will see the WWE 2K17 footage as well. Hope you've enjoyed that new little concept as well. Credit to Rick Dowder for that idea as well. Very innovative idea as well. I never thought of that. I didn't think it would probably work, but, you know, it's better than having pictures go across the stream, when you listen to this on YouTube. It's better than having that. Just put some footage on there so you can be entertained while you're watching it as well. So yeah, I love that idea so much. So like I said, but I got that from Rick Dowder as well. Shout out to him on that one. And check out Talk Brunch as well if you haven't checked it out. He's definitely up in his game on that one, and I'm very much looking forward to working with him and learning from him, basically, because you never know, somewhere down the road I might go live. But I have to be really prepared for that first. So, but I'm in good hands with Rick, so I'm looking forward to working with him and getting that sorted out as well. But he's got other people to deal with first, which is fine. They come first. There's no rush whatsoever. Other than that, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the Wrestling Madness channel for weekly podcasts plus other content as well. I've got some other content coming in the pipelines. And yeah. Also check out the Games channel as well. Games Matter channel, youtube.com/Games Matter channel for weekly, daily videos, as well as the odd live stream here and there. So check it out on there. And my name is Anthony Walker for this podcast. Enjoy Survivor Series, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up! Yes! 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 That's 13-14!
Cena, I am the best in the world.
'Cause that's the bottom line. 'Cause Stone Cold said so.